straight to Tel Aviv with Amir Oren, columnist at the Israeli newspaper Haaretz. Amir, always good to see you.
Thank you.
Do we know any details about Herzog's compromise plan? And how do you compromise on the independence and the sanctity of a court system and still call yourself a democracy?
So we know all details because Herzog made it public last night, but it is not sufficient for Netanyahu, because when he set out 2.5 months ago, it was not to overhaul the judiciary, but rather to take it over. And what Herzog is suggesting, while curtailing some freedoms for regular Israelis, does not bring the judiciary under Netanyahu's control. So neither Netanyahu nor especially his coalition partners are satisfied with it, and there will be no compromise with the compromise that Herzog is suggesting. All of that means that Netanyahu is in deep political trouble. He is an outcast in the world. President Biden is not going to invite him over until the anti-democratic legislation is off the table. There will be more and more protests, and in a few weeks' time, several national holidays and religious ones, such as Passover and Independence Day, are on the calendar, and Netanyahu is afraid that he will be booed everywhere he goes. So he would rather have something done, such as a delay, but his coalition partners up to now do not show any signs of letting go.
So when you hear the president say something like, "Don't ever think that a civil war is impossible," why would he bring that up? I mean, is that kind of a threat?
Well, this is not a threat. It's an assessment. And up to now, we have not seen any counter demonstrations. There are not any two blocks fighting for the streets. There are only protesters, dissenters against Netanyahu. If there are pro-Netanyahu forces, they are not to be seen. But what Herzog may mean is that once the legislation is through and in the books, and once the Supreme Court announces it, the various organs, such as the police and the military, will have a dilemma. Whom should they obey, the courts or the government? And there we may see some breakdown of law and order within the government itself.